Could it be right?
So right.
Could it be true? LARP at night is good for you. Take off your socks and put up your feet. Join us now with Hugo and Felix. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Bada bim, bada boom. You know what it is. Second episode of LARP at Night with your hosts,
Hugo.
and Felix.
Another 30 minutes of terror with us, so join us as we're gonna start.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Just like last time.
I know, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and let's see what we can drum up today for facts. So,
Hugo, what is the time?
I would say it's the news, but
No, what is the actual time for our viewers?
it's 12:15 at night, midnight, that we are doing this right now.
We're staying with the theme of LARP at night. This is very important.
And we have totally not been cramming this for the last 2 hours.
No. Why would we?
I know.
As per usual, it's blankets, cats, and a lot of wires and equipment throughout the room.
2 glasses of water for our voices, because otherwise we're not gonna last very long.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Yes, so completely not sponsored by Tampax Pro.
Or Nestle.
Yes, I know.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, today actually, I think I'd like to start. We have the news, but before that, Felix has a little announcement for today's podcast.
I do have a little announcement. Today is a very special episode because it's story time.
Yay, story time!
Which basically means is that I will explain the situation and the rules until after our usual news.
Yes.
Playing the theme song right now. I still gotta make one, but it's gonna be very jingly and nice. Anyway.
Please bear with us. Please, accept our love, accept our gratitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, on today's news concerning LARP.
Actually, I have something I would like to start with. I have two.
Do you want to start?
Yes, I want to start.
Okay, you start.
So, this is actually more, it's not specifically news, it's actually more news regarding equipment as of, what's today's date?
Today is the 8th of April.
8th? Oh, right.
It's the 8th today.
It's the 8th.
You're probably going to listen to this a couple weeks behind, but that doesn't matter. We're trying to speed it up. It's a lot harder than you might think.
Right. Anyway, I have actually from Epic Armory, they have released recently a really nice collection. It's actually a couple. It falls under different names. One is called the Dreki collection, which is like all sorts of plated armor. You know, greaves, cuirasses, gorgets, that sort of stuff, and it looks, when you look at it right now, we're looking at it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It's like it has something like if an orc would design Milanese plate armor, which to those who are history buffs would actually love.
Are we actually giving consumer advice on this show?
I don't know. Like, it's up to you to look it up.
So okay. So go in depth. Where's it from? Price the usual, you know.
The prices are a little bit steep, but you get very good price. You get very good quality. Which, it ranges from about $100 to $300, depending on what you have for a full set or the complexity of it. So it doesn't exactly say where it comes from. It just says that this has been recently released. From there as well comes. This is actually more for you sass little rogues out there. This is the Renegade and the Raider section of it, which is also plates, but it has more. It actually has more purpose for defense, more foam, more a lot of leather. For those of you that feel extra kinky, there's a lot of leather there.
There's a lot of leather, nice. So that means that Hugo Plant is giving consumer advice from
Epic Armory.
But
I'm not even done, because there's another section that this actually this concerns your every tool need.
Tool need, ladies. Every tool need, ladies. Hold still.
Yes,
Hugo's
please.
giving consumer advice about armor.
Advice. No, but actually, this is a collection from Kalimazil, which was also recently released, and this is from, it's called the Bikkeling collection, which is from the Dutch, the Bikkeling. It's another LARP. It's inspired by one of the LARPs in North America. There's It's a LARP that has actually we have to step our game up here, but
Okay.
it has over 200 different buildings that were designed and built to work in a joint venture.
Bastards. Right.
Yes, I know.
And where?
It's in. Let's see. It doesn't quite say. It just says it's what they call the world of Hippocampi, which
Right.
either it means like it's a fantasy world or it's a part of your brain.
Don't you like how prepared we are for these shows?
I know, we
every
are
single
totally
time
prepared.
it blows
Every
away.
single time we come with all the facts. Anyway, the Bickeling collection is fantastic when you look at it. It has it's a little bit reminiscent of Romanesque, like it has Roman gladius kind of influence, red, golds, all that sort of stuff. It has, for example, it has a dagger called Le Marquise. You cannot go wrong with that. For $85, you have a Le Marquise.
That is not bad.
That sexy beast is gonna be in your hand for a little while. Or La Duchesse,
La Duchesse.
close to $200, but you get a fantastic thing.
So, the two websites to definitely check out for this week are
Kalamazoo and Epic Armory.
Amazon Epic Army. As always, are one of our most trusted.
Yes, one of our absolutely fantastic. Every single time we look at it, it's like, holy cow. Just more stuff upon more stuff. And with Kalamazoo, you can actually customize your own stuff. You can make, you can have your own...
I guess we've really climbed into consumer advice for people who have either just joined LARP or joined the group.
Exactly, yeah.
If you're a pro, thank you so
Don't
much
take
for
advice from us.
thank you so much for letting us waste 6 minutes of your time.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, Hugo, would you like some news?
Yes, what do you have for me?
A reporter recently went to a different country,
Okay.
to which suddenly, out of nowhere, a group of people showed up in elaborate night clothing, armed peasants, sword-wielding masters of sorcery and all that shebang.
What is this, the Crusade?
Good one.
Yeah.
But here's the big surprise, okay? It almost was like a Renaissance fair, right? They were role-playing. They were having fun.
Okay.
Shall I tell you where this was being held?
Okay, sure.
Where this reporter was when this was happening?
Talk to me.
Taiwan.
Taiwan?
Taiwan.
Of all places, Taiwan.
Taiwan, which means LARP is really spreading out, especially.
Wow, it's like a real disease, isn't it? It's like
that joke's very bad for this time of the year. You should be highly ashamed of yourself.
I should
you
not.
bastard.
No, because it is true, isn't it? It just like it spreads like wild. All right, fine. It spreads like wildfire. How about
Well, it
that?
is new in Taiwan. It is nice to think about. So basically, that means.
Well, how recent was this news that they started to do LARPing?
Well, it was found 3 days ago.
Wow.
And here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing that
Okay.
takes me back. They're doing European LARP.
Yes.
So they're not doing, I don't even know if that exists, Taiwanese LARP. They're doing European LARP.
Yes.
So, good question for you. Okay, honest question. Is that a very specific type of LARP? You know, like the medieval with the armor and stuff like that, with a mage. Very much D&D. Like, that is more preferred over other things.
I think, well, in a way, yes, because with if you look at of European medieval armor from like around 10,000 or 1,000 something to 1499 whatever, all that armor, all that it has so many different varieties. Whereas if you look at the Seljuk from Arabia, or from like just the Saharan sands, from you know what a Seljuk is, right? Which is like it's a warrior. It has a it has a cutlass and a round shield. And I think in a way that they choose that is because there's so much more variety that you can do. You could choose your own armor, you could choose your own weapons, and you can choose your own species, what type of magic you like to do. But whereas I'm not too familiar with Vietnam.
Well, it's a nice idea though.
Yeah.
So basically, it'd be very cool if people ever, if they ever traveled here, they could, join us or the other way around. So it's just nice to see because it really shows that LARP is.
Well, it brings people together.
Well, it's spreading. LARP is spreading a lot more than,
Well, hence my comment from earlier.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I get your point.
But I think it's also LARP is something out of the ordinary because people like to actually just people want to be themselves, and it's a great stress reliever. Believe it or not, it's so much better than sitting at home doing nothing. You can basically, with permission from others, beat them senseless with your foam swords and say you're fighting a battle with orcs, which is great because you can actually be something else. I know 2 or 3 LARPers which I've been friends with that actually have completely are able to completely crawl into their character. They to such a degree that they have trouble getting out of it and back to the real world.
Okay, no, that's true. But let's pose an interesting question then, right, to all of our viewers. Comment down below. LARP in places like Taiwan, where you would definitely not expect it. What are your thoughts? What are your ideas on it? How do you feel about, LARP spreading that much that it becomes less like a
phenomenon?
Well, less like a phenomenon and more like a worldwide. What's the word I'm looking for here? No, not phenomenon. The worldwide
event.
Event, yeah. Comment down below. Let us know what you.
There's one thing though, however, that's the same. I'm not gonna say it is the same thing because it's miles apart from each other.
Yeah.
But that's the same if you look at cosplay, which. I know that some LARPers like to say that's not real LARP or that's not real. Cosplay isn't real, or cosplay is just like it's a whole category on its own. But cosplay has already been around quite a bit. Like I think even since the 70s, people have already been dressing up like that.
Well, but like specifically on LARP, right? Because LARP is so specific. Like I know in Taiwan, it's a bit of a surprise, like a journalist went over there and, saw a bunch of people do that. But like they're already doing it in China now too, but in traditional Chinese, attire. Same in Japan, right? Where people will have full on LARP events in
samurai armor.
Yeah, in samurai armor, the style of the samurai
armor, samurai armor, horse armor.
So definitely, this is a good discussion actually to have. Comment down below, discuss it with with each other. How do you feel that LARP is becoming less of a, well, I don't want to say a special thing, but like less of what am I looking for?
Unique.
Yeah, that's a good one. How do you feel that LARP is becoming a little bit less unique? I'm not saying it's not unique, but a little bit less because it's occurring a lot more around the world, especially in places, as you can see, in like Taiwan, where you would not expect it.
Yeah, and like for example, places like France and Germany, I would expect like medieval style, or like classic European style.
Yeah.
Because there, if you look at it, there it actually has more of a potential that it becomes that. But indeed, I'm not sure about the history of was it Taiwan or Vietnam?
Taiwan. Have we been saying this wrong? No, we haven't.
Okay. Anyway, but you don't know how Taiwan has been influenced by Europeans, like how the knights have influenced them, or if they have been invaded at all. Maybe there is a background about why they dress like that. Perhaps because it has to do with their history.
Yeah, I'm not sure honestly, but I think it's cool. Honestly, like for me, as part of the discussion, I think it's a very cool thing. I think
it's actually quite funny when you look at it that perhaps they have different species in us. For example, we have the elves, we have the orcs, we have the goblins, we have Falls, and we have Raksans, and we have everything. But imagine them. I really want to know, for example, what do they have? If they have any demons at all, if they have any creatures at all that we don't have. Maybe we could take a leaf out of their book and try their type for a change, their spells for a change, their clothes.
I actually like that idea.
Yeah.
Comment down below what you think about that. I actually really like that idea. Look, we're actually being sensible. How about that?
Yes, that's a first.
So, you go.
He yields.
Do you think it's time for the special event?
Let me just get my big boy pants.
The special event.
The special event.
You have to move our mic, so you're going to have hear a whole lot of jangling right now?
Yes, because right now, it is time For stories.
For stories. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you how this is gonna go. Oh wait, we forgot the theme song. And
What?
just shut up for 2 seconds. Just pretend like it's there. Ooh, groovy doo. Because at the time we're hearing this, there's not gonna be one, but there is one now. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's gonna play. Hugo and me both have a single story. It's very short. We are going to tell this story to you. It's going to be written, however, by an AI. We have not,
nothing to do with it whatsoever.
We have not touched a single word in this. And Hugo will start with his. The premise of this entire thing is that Hugo will get very close, so you get as comfortable as you have to be.
Niels.
Lay down on your couch, relax,
Listen to this.
or
ASMR.
take off your socks and put up your feet. And Hugo will tell you a story. Now, the premise here is that you should have as much fun listening to this as you want. But I am not allowed to laugh, or at least try not to, because apparently they are really dumb.
We were really stupid.
They are really stupid. So, Hugo, would you please give me the title? And if there isn't a title, just create one for the hell of it. Do the short story that I gave to you from this amazing website.
All right. This, although it doesn't have a title, I'm going to call it Forest Cockle.
Forced what?
Forest Cockle.
Forced cockle. Okay, be close to the microphone.
I'm trying to
we
be
go.
as close as...
Okay.
I'm trying to read with
Quietly.
one...
Remember, we're trying to relax.
Yes, okay.
Remember, if you're at home, grab some iced tea, relax, and listen to this amazing story.
Alex Chen was thinking about Forest Cockle again. Forest was a creepy brute with vast spots and scrawny warts. Alex walked over to the window and reflected on his deserted surroundings. He had always loved rural Florida with its frail, fragile fields.
Florida. Okay. Shh. Keep going. Yeah. Relaxing.
It was a place that encouraged his tendency to feel confident. Then he saw something in the distance, or rather, someone. It was a creepy figure of Forest Cockle. Alex gulped. He glanced at his own reflection. He was a splendid, witty brandy drinker with fat spots and red warts. His friends saw him as a quirky, quarrelsome queen.
What? A what?
A quirky, quarrelsome queen.
Okay.
Once, he had even made a cup of tea for a hungry blind person. This is not going well. Anyway. But not even a splendid person who had once made a cup of tea for a hungry blind person was prepared for what Forrest had in store today.
What was that?
The rain hammered like drinking puppies.
Like what?
Like drinking puppies.
Oh, God.
Making Alex happy. Alex grabbed a cursed blade that had been stored nearby. He massaged it with his fingers. As Alex stepped outside and Forrest came closer, he could see the funny smile on her face. Forrest gazed with the affection of 3,925 vile old dogs. She said in a hushed voice, "I love you. I know what love." Alex looked back, even more happy and still fingering the cursed blades. Forrest, what a spiffing dress, he replied.
I can't even hear what you said.
Can't even do this.
Okay, try it again. Last line, just calmly.
It's not the last line.
Think sensually, it'll help. No, just the last line you just did, you more. I forgot, we're doing this quietly. Relax.
Anyway, this is...
You just...
Forrest, what a spiffing dress, he replied. They looked at each other with angry feelings, like two graceful, grotesque goldfish.
Wait, you go. Wait, stop.
What?
Your mic's unplugged.
What?
Plug your mic back in on the back. Is the light on?
It was always on.
So,
Do we have to retry
Hang on, the technical difficulties. Continue.
Anyway, back to where we were. Forrest, what a spiffing dress, he replied. They looked at each other with angry feelings, like two graceful, grotesque goldfish laughing at a very patient funeral, which had classical music playing in the background and two snotty uncles laughing to the beat. Alex regarded Forrest's vast spots and scrawny warts. I feel the same way, revealed Alex with a delighted grin. Forrest looked irritable, her emotions blushing like a green grubby gun. Then Forrest came inside for a nice glass of brandy.
The end.
That was so stupid.
That was...
Holy hell.
Oh, man. I don't know how to react, honestly.
I really want to read it at some point, if you want to, like, without us, like, giggling like two little schoolgirls. Maybe comment below if you want me to actually read it without trying to laugh. Mm-hmm. And then you can hear the full story that some stupid AI wrote.
It was pretty good, I'll give you that much. Like, for a story like that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. The second story. Felix, you had the title for this, yes?
Well, I have the story.
Okay.
No, not that one. I have a short story as well.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me the story. Okay. Very, very, very sensual.
I will.
Very, very sexy.
This story is called The Rain in Virginia. Let me adjust my microphone sensually.
Very sensual.
There we go. Cuthbert Zeus had always loved industrial Camborne with its cautious, cruel cliffs. It was a place where he felt stable. He was a daring, gracious brandy drinker with tall eyebrows and fluffy moles. His friends saw him as a jealous, joyous juggler. Once, he had even made a cup of tea for a screeching baby bird. That's the sort of man that he was. Cuthbert walked over to the window and reflected on his urban surroundings. The hill pounded like rampaging elephants. Sensual. Then he saw something in the distance, or rather someone. It was the figure of Virginia Parker. Virginia was a down-to-earth hero with short eyebrows and feathery moles. Sure. Cuthbert gulped. He was not prepared for Virginia. He was not prepared for Virginia. As Cuthbert stepped outside and Virginia came closer, he could see the misty glint in her eye. Virginia gazed with the affection of 9,192 special orange ostriches. She said in hushed tones, "I love you, and I want a pencil." Cuthbert looked back, even more delighted, and still fingering the silver guillotine. the silver. "Virginia, eat my shorts," he replied. They looked at each other with angry feelings, like two grim, grotesque goldfish, drinking at a very bold birthday party, which had reggae music playing in the background and two generous uncles walking to the beat. Suddenly, Virginia lunged forward and tried to punch Cuthbert in the face. Quickly, Cuthbert grabbed the silver guillotine and brought it down on Virginia's skull. Virginia's short eyebrows trembled and her feathery moles wobbled. She looked sparkly her emotions raw like a bloody, beautiful blade. Then she let out an agonizing groan and collapsed onto the ground. Moments later, Virginia Parker was dead. Cuthbert Seuss went inside and made himself a nice glass of brandy. The end.
Well, it sounded horribly familiar.
They were very similar.
Yes.
I'll give you that much.
Did you use like a template or something?
No. I didn't.
This story blows like.
Yeah. Which one was better?
I don't know.
Call it in the
I
comments.
think mine was better.
But now,
Anyway.
ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat for you.
Yes. Along the same lines of storytelling.
We have the funniest story we could possibly give you. We have one more. This is a bit longer. It will involve both of us. It's called The Plains.
The planes?
The Plains.
Really?
I just called it that. Shut up.
Okay, whatever.
And this story will rattle you to the bones. Amazon gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Mm-hmm. Was only one person commented, didn't read it. Okay. But this story is a love story between several people. We have, of course, me, your narrator, Felix Plant. I will also play the voice. Hugo Plant will be performing for you the voices of Bambi.
Hello!
And John.
What is it?
Well, we don't know if those are going to be the voices. We'll find out because
We'll find out along the way.
It's going to be quietly. And we're going to do it sensually so people at home can enjoy this romantic story. We have to keep that in mind. Romantic, okay?
It doesn't look romantic, but okay.
It doesn't look romantic. So, without further ado, The Plains, performed by Felix and Hugo Plant. There we go. John walks to Bambi in the open field. She looks pale in the setting sun. He stands before her as the wind blows through the tall grass. He lets his arm move down her side. The grass softly rustles. She steps to him.
Where do you think you're going, John?
She says. He sits beside her. She leans into his shoulder.
That isn't my right.
What is...
What isn't my right?
He asks. She looks at him and smiles.
You're my only hope.
She says. John falls asleep. John wakes up in the field. Bambi is gone. He doesn't see any other animals around.
Where is she?
He asks. It doesn't matter, says a voice behind him. He turns around. He stands in the meadow before looking up to the sky.
What happened?
He asks. The voice doesn't reply. He walks to where the voice is coming from. There's a castle in the sky.
Who are you?
He asks. I'm a friend, says the voice.
So who's your friend?
He asks. Bambi, says the voice. John doesn't understand what has happened.
What did she mean?
He asks.
What happened?
He asks. John thinks.
When she was talking to me, she looked like she was about to cry.
Did you know why she was sad? Asked the voice.
Of course not,
said John. The voice walks over to him. She was sad because she thought you didn't love her anymore, said the voice. John looks up at the sky.
You are our only friend,
he says. I know, says the voice.
But you aren't a deer,
says John. The voice walks over to him. Of course I'm not. I'm a bird, it says.
What do you mean?
John asks. The voice steps closer to him. I'm a bird. Not a very good one, but a bird nonetheless. It says.
A bird?
Says John. The voice nods.
How did you get there?
Asks John. Well, I found a portal under a blossomed tree, says the voice.
A portal?
Asks John. The tree was no ordinary tree, says the voice.
Of course not,
says John. The voice looks down. Well, I looked inside, it says.
Where did you go?
Asks John. There's no need for you to know, says the voice.
What is it?
Asks John. Nothing, says the voice.
Nothing,
asks John. This is bizarre. AI is weird. The only thing that should matter is that you are still her friend, says the voice.
I'm her friend,
says John. You better hope so, says the voice. John wakes up. He stands in the living room. Bambi is not there. He goes to the table. Bambi is lying there.
What happened?
Asks John.
Nothing,
says Bambi.
What happened?
Asks John.
Just relax,
says Bambi.
What the hell happened?
Asks John. Bambi takes him by the hand. John looks at her. Her eyes are red. She had cried.
You were crying,
he says.
I was,
she says. John looks away. He looks back at her.
Why?
He asks. Bambi puts her head down.
You don't want me to love you anymore,
she says.
Why not?
asks John.
Because I couldn't love you as much as you love me,
she says. John looks down.
You couldn't love me as much as I loved you,
she says.
Why not? They're both falling apart.
Oh my god. God fucking damn it. These couples are the worst. This is the worst love story I've.
We have so many technical difficulties on so many planes.
That is. Oh my god, we're not even done yet. Okay.
Yes, we're not even done yet.
Okay, here we go. Why not? Asked John. That's where we are.
Yeah. I'm not a deer, John.
She says.
You know that I'm not a deer. Why is that?
Asks John.
I am a rabbit.
Says Bambi.
How did you become a rabbit?
Asks John.
My heart fell in love with a chipmunk. I was so happy.
She says. John looks away. He looks back at her.
I am not in love with you, Bambi.
He says. Bambi walks away.
John, don't make me say it. I can't.
She says.
Say what?
Asks John.
I'm sorry.
She says. John looks away.
Sorry for what?
He asks.
Everything.
Says Bambi.
Everything?
Yes.
It's so dumb. Yes. I'm so sorry, John. I can't love you the way you want me to love you.
She says.
You love me as much as I love you.
He says.
I do.
She says.
I know. And you will never love me as much. I won't.
Ends John. The end.
What the actual fuck?
That was something.
I hope you didn't fall asleep or just died laughing because we did. And well,
I'm a bird.
I'm a bird.
Oh my god.
Not a good one, but a bird nonetheless.
That hurt. That was funny as all hell though.
It's like, oh my god, it's like those animations. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Holy hell. Anyway,
That was
moving on.
Well, I'll tell you
Moving
something
on.
about moving on. with that amazing story. I hope you're as relaxed as we are right now.
About a woman who found out that she wasn't a deer, but rather a rabbit. In love with the voice.
In the woods. This was quite remarkable.
Yes.
Now, as you all know at home, we are still experimenting very much. That was AI. If you did like it,
let us know. If you didn't,
let us
please
know.
Don't kill us. I don't need another bag of badgers in my bed night, please.
It'd be very nice.
Thank you.
We do enjoy making these, especially the AIs. If you want to hear more bizarre stories like this one was a bit odd, like off the end. But if you want to hear more stories, please.
And of course, make sure that if you like these and you want like to be featured, maybe with a strange story, a funny experience, something about LARP, a good advice, whatever, shoot us a message or comment down below. Because the thing is, we need content badly.
If you would like an AI story with your personal LARP characters, comment down below.
Like an interview, for example.
Absolutely.
Or, I'm just saying, for example, baking tips with Grok, or sewing with Noralia. Who knows? You don't know how they're going to go with sewing or cooking.
Comment down below. Let us know. We will create, well, we won't. An AI will create such amazing stories. And if you did enjoy this, of course, press like.
I would say subscribe, but I don't think that is in the question at this moment.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It is.
Okay. Right.
Subscribe if you have no life and you just want to hear two
idiots mumble on about absolutely fucking nothing.
Absolutely. It was great.
Yes. And this, don't worry, we will not go for monetization this time. We're just going to go swearing and cursing into the next century.
That was a beautiful story, though. We'll give it that. Also comment down below or let us know which story was your favorite. Did the story of Bambi and John move you in uncontrollable ways? And did it touch your digestive tract? Could have.
With a bird that is trying and a deer that's not a deer but a rabbit.
Exactly. I can't believe I'm saying this for the second time. This actually went, I do have to say, for all our technical difficulties, the way we spoke, it went a lot smoother. This second episode than the first one. I think so. I think it's less...
I can't remember that.
The first one was pretty awkward. You both like, ha 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 ha. At least we got somewhere now. So if you enjoyed this, please let us know. We're gonna keep making these regardless. The future will not just hold dumb stories and...
news.
News. Well, it will always hold news, but it won't just hold dumb stories. We will create our own stories. We will write short stories for you to tell around your LARP campfire. We will write songs and shanties.
We have a couple in store that
we do.
We think you'd like. We are putting the finishing touches in those. They're going to be great. I don't know, like we're going to be putting any form of monetization or whatever, but maybe
we'll see. Yeah. Regardless of that, a lot of new stuff will come through. If you are interested, please do subscribe because it will be posted on our YouTube channel.
If you have any suggestions as to maybe whatever you like to do, whatever you like to see or hear, whatever you like to hear.
And if you'd like to be on the podcast, shoot us a message.
Exactly. We are here for you, that you can, if you have any grievances, if you would like to explain a funny story, if you want to share a little bit of life advice, we don't judge. We just like to hear from you.
We'd love to have you on the show. It's part of the joy that we have.
Yes.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Felix.
I'm Hugo.
This is LARP at Night.
Be bad, have fun.
And we will see you all
next week.
That went well.
Yeah?
I think so.